So I'll wait a minute or two, see if anybody comes on. Excuse me, I've got a bit of. Why in the world am I having problems? It's been one of those days where everything's problematic. Hello, everybody. Um, hey Jesse. Jerry Ann is actually. I don't know if she's going to be moderating or not. I know right now she is enjoying her time still in um, Vegas. Hi, Sheila. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to get this online so I can keep track of the conversations because I know me. If I can't keep track of the conversations, things will go bonkers. So just give me a second. Oh, okay. Jerry is here. Okay, I did say that I was going to be live. I didn't know she was going to be on here to moderate, um, which is good. Um, so I'm trying to bring this up on my phone, but my phone is making me go bonkers. Um, so give me a second. Hey, journals, Dana, Dana. All right, here we go. And I made sure my sound is turned down so I can keep track of everything. So, how's everybody doing? Um, oh, if Jerry, if Lisa is watching or listening in, um, that instance that she got me from Bodie, or is it the instance from Bodie, or is it the instance from? Hold on, I'm sorry. Uh, no, it's not from Bodie. It's that from that other person of ours. Um, but I'm burning one of the new instances that I got, and it's a really nice woodsy smell. It's like almost like a pine forest after a rainstorm. So yeah. Uh, Jerry can answer her own questions now that she's on here. I don't have to try to answer for her. Northern Carolina. Mm, I'll be honest with you. The last couple of days it's been cold and well, yesterday it wasn't as cold as it is today. Plus today we have had overcast and rainy weather all day, so it's been a damp, cold, dreary type of day. But I got a lot of stuff done. Um, yeah, great adventure comes great exhaustion. Uh, Yesterday I didn't really do much except for some outdoor decorating because that's what the weather was good for. Otherwise, it was slow. Um, One of Lisa's cats, Baby, who is a beautiful baby, what they call a rag doll, um, she decided during one of my breaks to climb up on my chest and fall asleep. Well, not just fall asleep, but purr like a motorboat, which, because she was practically on top of my heart area, um, she put me to sleep. So I slept for 45 minutes. Luckily, I had an alarm that went off at like 3:15. So I was able to get up and oh, Jimmy, I'm saying this one last time. How many times have I told have to teach you flip your phone the other way when you're going live? I'm not. I'm actually not on my phone today. I'm on my tablet, which points that way. Everything points that way. Okay, Dre, I don't know what they were saying beforehand, but how your week been, Jim? My week has been crazy. Um, the reason why it's been crazy is the weather has been up, down, cold, warm, sunny, cloudy, overcast. It's been one of those weird weeks where the weather has affected me um, a lot. And the days I go to work, I try to save up as much as my strength, my energy as possible, so I can go to work. Thankfully, my job has allowed me to pick and choose what I do. So I've been in the dish pit, as I call it, but they call it just the dish room, the kitchen, um, doing all the dishes because I can get them done quickly. I can get them done very nice and neat and clean, and not have to worry about a lot of strain or stressing my back and my between my back and my left foot. Um, I've been in pain. I kind of took a spill at work. We have a spot on the floor that no matter how dry it is, it's still like glazed, like some sort of weird glazing that cannot be removed on the floor. So if you hit that spot the right way or too fast or whatever, I've I've taken a spill. One of my coworkers did the splits. Um, Otherwise, I've had a fairly good week. I mean, emotionally, I've been up, down, up, down. Yesterday, I kind of had a bad emotional day. At first, it started out nicely. Then I got something triggered me, and I just kind of went, "Bleh," and yeah, everything kind of went, proverbial shit hitting the fan type deal. Um, and I don't know if it was just because the way I was feeling combined with the way the bedroom looked and then combined missing Jerry and having to deal with a lot of stuff on my own. It's just kind of made me go, I don't want to do this no more. Um, but I've done my best to hang in there. I'm just doing what I can to make it from point A to point B without, you know, totally wigging out. Um, Jerry's about ready to get mad at me because what I'm about ready to do. It's just as bad as Mountain Dew, but it's the only soda we have in the house, and I told Mom I'd get her a new one. So, um, it's been an interesting but fun week. I mean, I get up in the morning time and Miss Daisy, one of Lisa's cats, is like whiny because she wants to be fed, and her other cat, Baby, she doesn't whine that often, but usually it's because she wants attention. She wants affection. Um, I'm pretty sure if I open up my office door here and called the cats, Baby would be in here whining at my feet, wanting me to pick her up and pet her, and she loves rubbing against my cheek and my face. She's a good cat. Um, well, Jerry Ann is currently on here with us. But last time I heard, she was supposed to be. She said she was coming back by Tuesday, Wednesday. Um, Jerry can confirm that herself if she wants to. But I'm Tuesday. She says, "Okay, cool, great." Um, so, um, what else was I gonna say? I forgot. It's my brain lately. It's like, yeah, let's talk about this. Wait a minute. Wait. What? What were we talking about? Um, so, well, that means you guys are leaving. Jerry, are you leaving Sunday or Monday early morning and spending the night in um Amarillo like you did on the way there? So I have a feeling that, my wife just hijacked my channel. No, just joking. Um, no, I'm glad that she's able to be on here today to talk to everybody. So you're leaving Monday, okay? Okay. I was wondering. I didn't know if you're going to take 2 days or one day. Oh, excuse me. I'm tired. I've worn myself out today. Like I was saying earlier, I spent the bulk of my day cleaning and sprucing up the bedroom because I had let it. Well, I had to let it go. Um, so Albuquerque. Okay, you're gonna stay in Mexico and then finish up the day for Mexico. Okay. Um, are you going to stop at Tulsa, Bodie's? Um, I don't know if we have the money to go to have the money for either one of us to go to Bodie's. Um, so, if anybody wondering what I mean by Bodie, she is a. I really do not have a title for Bodie. She's a spiritualist, and no, it's not open on Tuesdays. Okay, and she's got a shop in the Tulsa region. So, well, I figured money was fine, but I didn't think we had enough money for you to stop at Bodie's. And she's not open on Tuesdays. Okay, well, she's a busy lady. She's a good person. I really like listening to her her YouTube channel and her TikTok, and she can be really funny and corny and whatnot. And she's a down to earth type person. Uh, it feels good when you get a room clean. You know what? I will be honest with you, Sheila. You're right. It feels great to finally get a room cleaned up, especially when you've been neglecting it for a while because either it's occupied by people and um, a lot of times I do better trying to clean places or rooms up when I'm by myself, um, or people are not in the same room with me unless I need their assistance. I did leave Jerry Ann's nightstand in her corner alone because she's got some stuff that she has to take care of. Um, but I was just happy to get in there and change out the bedding. You know, my my lazy butt has been sleeping in the same bedding for almost 2 weeks because I just didn't feel like doing anything. The first week Jerry was gone, it was just like, okay, where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I start? And by the time I got the idea of where to start, what room to start in, which of the rooms that I wanted to clean was more important, it was either I was starting to feel like the creeping cruds were getting a hold of me because of it's that time of year where my sinuses are like, guess what? Um, and then of course the weather, which really, I'm sorry, the weather really affects me. So if it's gloomy and cloudy and just ick outside, I kind of go, eh, I don't have any, I don't have the fortitude or whatever to get off my lazy butt and clean, or because Jerry hasn't been home, I have saved most of my energy because my job really needed people to, buckle down and start cleaning up there because we had a inspection. Yes, Margaret, I put it out there. I was going to go live at 6 o'clock. I tried to go live every Saturday at around 6, 7 o'clock. Um, but like I was saying, the weekend, like Sunday after Jerry went to Vegas, we were scrubbing the crap out of the meat department's floor because it had been, neglected, and the floor was turning black. And I this is before I took my little trip, um, and fell at work. I was hurting my back as is, just scrubbing the floors, and then like 2 days later, I started doing the same thing in my department, the deli, and I came out of the kitchen area, which is where I was working because that needed the most amount of work, and there was that spot on the floor where I just kind of went whip, boom, and landed. Luckily, the way I landed, it didn't hit. I didn't hit my head because that's my biggest worry, is hitting my head, because I've already had a head injury way back in my junior high years where I totally blacked out, lost that whole day, and basically had a seizure, and ended up waking up in the hospital going, huh? And I didn't want that to happen again, especially while Jerry was gone. So the brunt of it was my right hip and my right elbow. Now the elbow, the only damage done to the elbow that I could tell was this little spot that I must have landed hard on it. Everybody, the two people who were standing around me thought I hit my head. I was like, no, 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 I just jarred my head. I didn't hit it. My elbow caught my upper part of my body. But then, like a day or so later after that, my lower back was like, guess what? You jarred us just right, that we're gonna hurt for a while. And then this past weekend, last weekend basically, um, I don't know what I did, but it was my left foot that started hurting. And I don't know if that's because the arch supports are helping my foot, or what. So Monday I have an appointment at 10 o'clock in the morning to go see my doctor about my back, my foot, who knows what else. Um, I'm sorry. Is somebody, Jerry? Are you answering a question for me or what? Because I don't see questions popping up on my big screen here. I have to be like looking at my phone at the same time. So I apologize if I'm not like, if I'm like this, trying to make sure I'm watching for questions and whatnot. But you know, it's you know, it's been an interesting week. Um, I'm sorry, I keep on looking down because it's like, what's going on, and everybody's talking to Jerry, which is fine. Danny, Jerry's been gone for a while. Um, Molly's actually been doing pretty good. She's spending, unfortunately, she's becoming, well, she's always been somewhat of a recluse, but um, I see her during dinner time and once in a while during the daytime if I'm out and about in the living room before work, and we do spend some time chitter chattering about meals and food and holiday prep and what all we're going to be doing, who's going to be here and who's not going to be here. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Shoot. I was just looking at it. The weekend of Christmas, the 23rd, 24th, and 25th, I have off. I have a 3-day weekend. Yay. Um, I wasn't expecting a 3-day weekend. I figured I'd have like Saturday, Sunday off instead of 3 days, but that's what they're doing to me today, or this holiday. I don't know what they're going to be doing for New Year's. I don't know if they're going to do the same thing where I get 3 days off or what. So, so Yeah, yay for me! I get 3 day weekend. Um, so I'm gonna enjoy that because then we don't have to worry about running around at the last minute going, oh shoot, we forgot to get this and this and this, so we can sit down and plan it out, and I can either go get it on Friday or something like that. Um, oh, FYI, Jerry, every time I go to pass all these to go to work or to do my running like I did the other day, our new Aldi's, which is open, has been jammed packed. There's been a couple lines waiting for parking places, which is kind of like, oh boy. So, yeah, Sheila, that will be a nice break, a 3 day break for Christmas. I do have to go back on the 26th at my normal time, which is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So you know that's a good thing. Um, oh gosh, I forgot what else I was going to talk about. My brain lately has been like, what was that? I feel like my brains have been like the cats lately. Lisa calls it the zoomies, where they're just running around like their tails on fire or something. Um, what's for dinner? What's dinner for Christmas Eve or today? Well, today was a fend for yourself because I got so busy um cleaning that I totally blanked out dinner. And I was like, Mom, do you have something easy for you to eat? Because I forgot about dinner. I've got 3 pork chops in the refrigerator, defrosted, waiting to be cooked. I put them in there last night. So, pork chops are for dinner tomorrow. As for Christmas, it's probably going to be a ham. Um, so, if I'm not already off. But okay, Jerry. Um, maybe you can talk with your doctor when you go if that you're back to get a sleep study. Um, I'm gonna have to call that doctor because that's a different doctor for the sleep study, and yeah, I don't know if I need it or not. I mean, it would be good to have it done just to say, oh yeah, you have issues with breathing while you're sleeping because I think the biggest issue was not that I have sleep issues, but when I had my colonoscopy, they had a tube down my throat, and it's the body's natural reaction when they feel something foreign. When the body feels something foreign in the throat, it's just a natural reaction to start coughing. But no, I think they actually said that I did stop breathing for a moment or two. So yeah. Um. Oh, I know what you guys are talking about. Actually, my in-laws. I think the last Christmas that we had in New York before we moved out here, um, Christmas Eve dinner was Chinese food. So, hey Jan, Jerry just jumped off because I guess they're eating dinner. They're 2 hours difference in Vegas than us. So dinner, it's like 4:30 there. I guess they're having early dinner. Because usually I try to call around 7 o'clock, 6, 7 o'clock their time if I'm not working, and they're like, "Oh, we're eating dinner. I'll call you back afterwards." Okay. So, um, do you have the machine for sleep act? No, I do not. Jerry used to have it way back in New York because she was having problems with sleep apnea back then, and they discovered it's not a sleep issue; it's an allergen. And because I was doing a colonoscopy when they discovered that I stopped breathing for very short period of time. Um, they had to I think they said they had to resuscitate me. I don't remember. I don't remember anything from that day except waking up coughing my brains out, and I don't remember the. Actually, the only thing I remember from that procedure was going in there, getting undressed, having putting a gown on, getting on a gurney, having them roll me to the pre-op, getting me set up and whatnot, and then rolling me into the operating room and hooking up an IV and injecting me with a serum. I want to call it serum or whatever to put me to sleep so they can do the colonoscopy. And the only thing I remember after that was waking up coughing, um, literally coughing like crazy, like something was wrong besides having a tube, probably a tube down my throat. Actually, no, I don't think they intubated me. I think they just put a mask on me. But either way, um, see, okay, I thought several months ago you were. Yes, I was supposed to have the sleep study. It just never happened because the insurance company said that the doctor did not give them enough information to warrant a sleep study. And I figured the doctor would have called me back, but they haven't, so I guess I'm gonna have to do that sometime after Christmas. What are you hoping Santa brings me for Christmas? Well, um, to be honest with you, Sheila, um, I already know some of my Christmas presents because me and Jerry talked about them. But at this point in time in my life, because of if it's not finances, it's just I'm looking for stuff out of necessity, not out of want. Because yeah, there's a lot of things I want, but they're kind of bad at my price. I don't think Santa Claus is going to drop by with surplus of cash that I can pay off all my bills and and then some. But I'm being realistically, I'm getting I'm getting some stuff that I want, a couple games that I enjoy, like the new um, God of War Ragnarok. Um, some clothing that I need because socks get holes in them and underwear get worn out over time. So mostly necessity. Um, my son just had a study and they gave him the machine. He's sleeping better now. Well, that's great. I'm glad that they got him what he needed. Um, oh my gosh, I didn't realize you had an operation with your colonoscopy. Um, wow, I totally misunderstood. That's right, Lillian, because what it was is the doctors who did the colonoscopy found out that I was having trouble with breathing while I was sleeping. Of course, I was laying on my side at the time. I'm usually somebody who, well, I can lay on my side and not have problems, but it was either I was on my side or something happened during the whole procedure and I stopped breathing for a very short period of time. And the doctors went, you should go and have a sleep study done because you temporarily stopped breathing for a short period of time. We thought we were going to have to intubate you and all that fun stuff. And I was like, okay. And then I actually went to see the doctor, and the doctor was going to schedule a sleep test. And what happened was the doctor could not give my insurance company Medicaid, um, which I'm getting through Jerry, to warrant the sleep study. So I never had it done. Um, since I don't think I have any problems, I don't, doesn't wake me up in the middle of the night because I stopped breathing. Um, Granted, there was one night I was sleeping and I had left my door and Lisa's door open so the cats can come and go as they wanted. And Daisy, who fell asleep on the bed next to me while baby was at my feet, well, Daisy had woken me up. She basically got up in my face and was nosing my cheek to wake me up. And I don't know if she was trying to wake me up because I wasn't breathing properly or what the deal was. So, yeah, the operation was my colonoscopy. I don't know why they call it an operation. You know, it's to basically examine your colon. Any New Year's resolution this year, Jim, or don't you usually bother with them? Well, to be honest with you, Sheila, hold on a second, Sheila. I'm sorry. Um, Please take care of that. It's very dangerous if you stop breathing while sleeping. Yeah, I do want to take care of it. I'm hoping. Well, that's one of my New Year's resolutions is to try to take better care of myself, see my doctors more often, and not just sit there and go, oh, whatever it is just temporary. I don't know. I'm now 51. Um, I've had many family members on my dad's side of the family pass away from um, blood pressure problems, heart problems. I don't even know about psychological problems. I just know the oldest member of my dad's family, basically his older sister, my Aunt Kay, who passed away roughly 5 months after he did, had already dealt with multiple heart attacks, triple heart bypass surgery, stents, the whole 9 yard, just to keep her heart going. And well, she finally gave up the ghost in her sleep after my dad died. So, of course, we always said that she wouldn't go until he went. Um, but yeah, I do. I am going to have to find somebody to take care of that because either I need more information from the doctor so Medicaid can take it. Will let that go so I can have that study done. Sheila, as for my New Year's resolutions, besides taking better care of myself, I always make this resolution, and sometimes it comes through, sometimes doesn't. Is to try to keep my house in order. I want to finally get my house in order. I want to finally start doing things to be able to go van camping or whatever. So I've got a number of different resolutions that I would like to try to keep. Um, some of them I'm not going to talk about because I found out that some things, when talked about, don't happen. It just you know escapes through the loopholes. Um, but yeah, my New Year's resolution is definitely to take care of my health. Um, do whatever I can to help take care of Jerry's health and get her to her doctors and whatnot, things like that. No, Jerry did not get the scooter. That fell through. Um, we found out that when Jerry got there to get it, the lady had already sold the scooter, not realizing that Jerry needed it. They tried to look for another one, but that also fell through. So they're still looking. They don't know if it's going to happen. Worst case scenario, we're supposed to go on a cruise in May, and her sister suggested she get a scooter. She can rent one on the cruise ship, but that's like money we may or may not have. So one of the things that we got to start doing is saving up money for that cruise. Um, so hey, kicking. Let's see what you say. Hello, how was your weekend? Well, my weekend so far has been pretty good. Even though yesterday I had a psychological breakdown just because of a lot of little stressors bugging me. But today has been pretty good. I've kept myself pretty much busy trying to. Let me move my tripod a little bit. I've kept myself busy today trying to clean up my bedroom. Um, I'm a guy. What do you expect? I let clothes sit on the clean clothes sit on the bed until it's. I get frustrated and need to fold them. Cleaning up the floor. sweeping the floor, that kind of stuff. Um, let's see here. What's this? Jerry's channel is not suspended. She has been away visiting family. So, no, it was not suspended. She's just not done anything for a week or two because of her visiting her family. Um, okay. I'm starting to see who you are. You plan on paying for that move to Germany? Because if you're going to give me the money to move to Germany, I'll go back. I'll go to Germany. I love Germany. Um, Comments like that are going to get you removed. Um, yeah, things are falling into place. It's just between the weather and Jerry being gone and me having to deal with new problems at a problem at work, and it's not just my problem; it's all my coworkers have the same problem, and we had to get a manager involved. From what I understand, I have through her, I have my Medicaid insurance for me, um, and from what I understand, certain kinds of procedures like a sleep study has to go through them, and if they don't have enough information, they won't approve it, and if they won't approve it, it's either you have to get better information from the doctor for them or pay out of pocket, which I'm not going to do. And since at the time I wasn't really worried about it, but as I look at it, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I have never been on a cruise. Where are you guys going to? Jerry's sister, my sister-in-law, um, like 3 or 4 family members every spring goes to a cruise down to the Bahamas. Now they pay for Jerry's because Jerry has never been on a cruise and she wants to go on a cruise, so they got together to pay for the cruise. Um, they they basically offered to let me come with Jerry, but I would have to pay a percentage because they couldn't pay for both of us. And at first, I was kind of like, don't really want to go to the Bahamas. I mean, what's down there? The Bermuda Triangle, a bunch of sand and heat and things that I'm not really, in favor of. That's why if I ever decide to relocate, I'm gonna go north or up into the mountains. Um, but they invited me, and I figured, you know what? I've never been on a cruise. I don't think we'll ever get a chance to do like a Washington to Alaska and back type cruise, which I was kind of interested in. So I figured, I'll take this one just to say I've been on a cruise. Let's see here. I would love to go on a cruise, but I have a huge phobia about them. I'm good with airplanes, but not ships. You know what? I can kind of understand because I mean I've traveled to a lot of different places on plane. Um, I knew what you meant, hon. I've never been on a cruise liner. I've been on boats, but never a cruise liner. Now, my biggest concern about a cruise liner is, especially since we're going towards the Bahamas, and guess what starts in the Bahamas? Hurricanes. In fact, there was a there was one year, and I think it was the year that Hurricane Sandy hit New York. Superstorm Sandy hit. My sister in law, her spouse, actually two of my sister in laws, and a couple other family members went to a cruise down in Bahamas because that's where they go every year. Why can't they find something new? I don't know. But halfway down there, right around the Carolinas, they had to turn the boat around and come back up north because big old hurricane was coming up the coastline and it was already in Florida. So the hurricane basically chased them back to New York. And I'm no, no, no. but for Jerry, and I will do just about anything. Um, have you heard cruises are fun? Lots of good food and entertainment. Yes, that's what they're always telling me. It's like 24-hour eats, 24-hour entertainment, indoor pools, a lot of different things that you can do on the ship without even have to go on shore. Um, I've never been to the Bahamas, so depending on where we stop, it depends on if I get off the boat or not. If I do get off the boat, I'm sticking with my in-laws so I don't get lost and left somewhere in the Bahamas, which will not make me happy. Very true, Sheila, and they say you really got to really relax. Yeah, yeah. Because I was thinking when they said yeah, my life vest would be on 24/7. um, yeah. Um, well, the thing is I told Jerry if we're going on a cruise, I know one of the things I'm gonna want to do almost every other day is go in and get a massage. I mean, I it's one of those things where, like, yeah, I could really use a nice vacation like a cruise, but can we change it from the Bahamas to, I don't know, leave New York, go to Greenland, go to Iceland, go to Norway, and then come back? Instead of going south, I'd rather go north and over north. That's just me. But it's like a week long trip. Basically, you're gone for a week to the Bahamas. Um, so it's kind of like one of those. That'd be awesome. Never been down there. I can finally say I've been someplace south of the equator, even though I was born south of the equator in the Philippine Islands. Yeah, the Bahamas are probably the least expensive. Um, you know, I think I think if I read right and read my information correctly, if you buy anything with the cruise liner, not know that you go offshore, you go to these marketplaces or wherever the cruise liner suggests or takes you to as a tour, it's tax free. A lot of places that you can get stuff down in the Bahamas is basically tax free. And I was kind of like, okay, we'll figure it out when I get down there. Um, but I am, because of my upbringing and all the years growing up in the military, I am literally one of those kind of people that go, hey, new place I've never been to, adventure time, yay! Aruba is beautiful too. I've never been to Aruba. I've only seen pictures. It's one of my favorite vacation destinations. The weather and atmosphere is awesome. That's sorry, I'm trying to remember. That's like Gulf of Mexico region, I think. I don't know. I'd have to look at my maps to see where Aruba is. I just I've just seen pictures. Aruba. Okay, that's nice. Um, I've never been on a cruise, so I don't know if I'll get seasick. I know my one sister in law does get somewhat seasick, but she has the anti seasick Dramanol or whatever it's called that she brings with her. So when she's starting to feel a little seasick, she'll take it. Being I've never been on an actual cruise liner, I've only been on like a lake on a little houseboat type thingy. I don't know. Where am I going, Marguerite? Your comment is somewhat confusing right now. I was sick for the first night, but after waking up the next morning, never bothered me at all. Okay, I think you can wear a patch. Yeah, there's a patch for Sikhs. I think my sister-in-law Alicia has those patches. Um, okay, behind her ear, the doctor prescribed. Okay, interesting. I mean, that's nice to know to have something like that available to you. Um, it really. I think it really depends on your capability of adjusting to the nuance of being on a cruise ship and the how the cruise ship reacts to the ocean as it's going, it's in its direction that it's supposed to go. The thing though is, um, take lots of sunscreen. Actually, for me, it would be wearing long sleeve shirts and a nice big sombrero to cover my face because sunscreen or no sunscreen, if I'm gonna get burnt, I'm gonna get burnt. And it's one of my like, oh my god, yeah, don't go outside between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. because that's when or at least don't go swimming, let alone outside, because that's when things are worst. It's better to good evening. I'm trying to have a good. I always try to have a good day. Um, that's the time frame between 10 to 3 when the sun is at its highest peak and could be more damaging to your eyes, to your skin, especially somebody like me, fair skin like I am. It's going to be like, yeah, I'll be Dracula. I'm going to be sleeping during the daytime and having fun at night. So enjoy. you know, but I mean, because I've never gone, yeah. So you probably burn easily too, Sheila. But I'm going because one, I've never gone on a cruise ship. Two, it's to be with. I mean, Jerry wants me to come with her, so yeah, I'm gonna go with her and hope I have fun. Um, you know, you mentioned where you like to take a cruise. You mentioned Norway. if I'm not, yeah, you're not mistaken there, Margaret. Yeah, I keep on saying I want to go. Exactly, Sheila. You're like me. Burn, pill, repeat. I would love to take a cruise to Norway or take a plane to like I don't know, Denmark or someplace like that and jump on a cruise that takes you from Denmark to Switzerland, Finland, Switzerland, Norway, and some of them go all the way over to Iceland and then come back and like um hit Ireland and then Scotland and back to Denmark. Um, in fact, I've been getting twice a year, usually like late, either like late winter, early fall, or early spring, and then another one in the late summer, early fall for different cruises or tours of different locations throughout the world. And the last one I got was a cruise that left Denmark, went up the coast towards Norway, past into the fjord up to Oslo, back down the fjord and over to Iceland, and then down Iceland to Ireland, and then over to Scotland and back to Denmark. And it was like what was it, a 22-day trip. And it was like a month, almost a month long trip. And the only thing that you had to do besides affording ticket for the ticket for the cruise is to be able to get to your starting destination, Denmark. Copenhagen, I do believe it was. Or what's that other town that's on the coastline? I think it was Copenhagen. Copenhagen was like one of the bigger seaports. I think I'd have to find the magazine and look at it. But then they offer you romantic trips to France, seeing the seeing Bavaria and going up and down the Mosel and Rhine River of Germany, and Switzerland, trip in Switzerland, sightseeing in England or Ireland or Scotland. They even had um, a trip to Morocco. Um, One of the things I love to see in that magazine, because it's another place I'd like to go see just because of its history, is Tokyo. Um, it's a lot of different things. YouTube has a lot of videos on cruising. Yeah, I've seen a lot of different videos on cruising. In fact, that magazine that I was telling you about also has different trips and whatnot throughout the United States. Go see the Grand Canyon, go see Bryce Canyon, go see the monuments of the Northwest. Take a cruise down the Mississippi from, I think it starts, it doesn't start here in St. Louis, it starts further up north and it goes from its starting point somewhere in Illinois, or not Illinois, somewhere up north. And you travel the Mississippi all the way down to the Delta, and then you turn around and go back up north. And they have stops along the Mississippi River. They have gambling, like a mini casino on the cruise. It's interesting. I mean, this magazine was offering videos, or not videos. They were offering different vacation trips just about globally. They had some here in America. They had a bunch over in Europe. They had one or two in the Middle East. Um, I think there was one. The first one I ever got, which was about 2 years ago. They had one in there to go and see Imperial China and walk along the Great Wall and see, the old Imperial city, places like that. And I was like, well, not really interested in China per se, but if they had something like go see, spend 2 weeks in Tokyo, see the old romantic side of Tokyo, and then the modern day side of Tokyo. And one of the things it was talking about, because I remember, maybe there was one, but it wasn't Tokyo, it was someplace else in Japan. But they were talking about the hotels, where it's not really a hotel; it's a big building with a bunch of like little boxes that look like capsules, and it was your sleeping area, while they had a common area and a men's and women's bathhouse or showers, or what we're gonna call it. But it looked interesting because it's like, oh wow, space age living, live in a capsule, hotel, was it hotel capsule, or capsule hotel, or something, some weird name to them. But I do watch a lot of Travel Channel or travel information and videos, and that's how I found out about the hotels that are basically, they're designed to look to house as many people as possible in a, like, they'll have a floor, and on that floor they'll have X number of capsules or bed chambers, and you might have to climb up into it, and you can close it off so nobody sees you. You can change in there, and one of the amenities they give you is like slippers, and a bathrobe, and pajamas, and your own pillowcase, and the whole 9 yards. Um, but it's interesting. They have the capsule in Tokyo right in the airport. I didn't know that. I've never traveled to Tokyo, so I didn't know what kind of amenities they had in the airport. But that's interesting. You can rent the capsule for the night because you got a 12 to 24 hour layover, and you rent one of those capsules and take a little nap. And what's really interesting is because they'll have like the capsules, and next to each capsule, will be like a locker that corresponds with that capsule, so you can put your carry-on bag into that locker. Um, but that's interesting. It's really interesting, Sheila, that they have it in the airport. I only heard about this hotel, but it I mean, with a lot of the things I watch with the different channels for traveling, or actual channels on TV. Um, but I'm guessing because of my military my upbringing in the military, that I'm always intrigued by traveling and living in new locations, which has not become a problem between me and Jerry. But I get that 3 year itch. It's like, hey, we've been here 3 years. Guess what? It's time to move to someplace new. Can't always afford that, so it's one of those like, no. Oh, I used to love watching National Geographic videos. I used to read their magazine on a regular basis. Um, in fact, I had, but unfortunately lost due to Hurricane Sandy, a first print National Geo where they actually talked about people instead of landscaping. And one of the articles in that particular magazine, or that particular um, um, copy, I guess you call it, talked about Johnny Cash. Shortly after he passed away, I think it was my father's, and I just kept it. Um, if I would have been smart, I would have put it in a plastic bag and left it in that bag and said, "I've read it. Let's not damage it." Might have survived Hurricane Sandy. I don't know, but I kept, until it got destroyed, three different um National Geographic mags that talked about. One talked about Johnny Cash. I think the other one talked about Australia or something like that, and the third one talked about um, Bavaria, um, the Germanic side of Bavaria, um, because Bavaria sits right on the border between Switzerland and Germany. And recently, I picked up, and I have it tucked away somewhere. They recently put out, like within the last year or so, a article, or the whole magazine was about the Vikings. It had Viking artifacts. It talked about the Viking, lifestyles and art, different things they found with archaeology and blah blah blah. And I just went, mine. And when Jerry Ann found out about it, she didn't even realize what it was about. She just knew it was a geographic magazine because of the receipt. And she goes, um, "Why did you buy that? Why did the bill from CVS cost this much when it shouldn't even cost us more than $5 for our medicine?" And I went, "Because of this." And she looked at it and went, "I wish you would have talked to me about it first, but okay." um, but anyhow, ooh, we're almost up to an hour. Any any questions or anything like that before I decide to start shutting down? Because I don't want to go too far off an hour. Uh, Jim, did you ever consider following your father's footsteps and enlisting in the Air Force? Margaret, I did attempt to follow my footsteps, but instead of joining the Air Force, I decided to go Army. And well, I found out about certain health conditions that I did not know about. That basically, and because of those health conditions, I was discharged. A general discharge, which basically means you're being discharged from the service because of either medical or family reasons. Um, there's a couple guys that I knew in basic training who did not know about certain conditions, and they were given medical discharge because of the conditions that they didn't know about at the time. When is Jerry coming back? She will be back here on Tuesday. I don't know if she's going to get a chance to come back online today because she's currently eating dinner, and I'm thinking about trying to get off in the next, um, hopefully, no more than 10 20 minutes because we've already been on here for an hour. Um, you should show it on YouTube. Oh, talking to somebody else. Well, that's if we're talking about crafting and whatnot. Yeah, that's a good way to start a good YouTube channel. That's how Jerry originally started her channel until her hands and health started going kaput. She's hoping now that she's getting better that she'll be able to start crafting sooner than later. Are you wearing your new glasses? Actually, no. I left my new glasses in the bedroom, and I figured for reading and whatnot, these are good temporary readers. Um, I usually remember to wear or carry my glasses around with me, but today, because I was running all over the house, um, I didn't get a chance. I didn't want to do any damage. I do not have any tattoos, but I would love to get a couple different tattoos that I've been eyeballing ever since I started getting into the Nordic histories and realizing that I am part of those histories because of ancestry. Um, I have an idea for a shoulder to elbow arm tattoo or sleeve tattoo. I have an idea for a tattoo that will probably go in this area on my right side, not my left side. And then I have one that I, if I can handle the first two, it's a very big picturistic tattoo that I want on my back. Um, I have four. They are addicting. I've been told that if you're getting the tattoos for the right reasons and you really like the tattoo and the tattoo artist, yeah, they can be addictive. I know, well, I don't know them personally. I've seen them through TV, I've seen them at conventions. I've known people who are literally covered from head to toe in tattoos. Um, I'm pretty sure it's head to toe, even though they didn't take off their clothes to be examined. But I can just tell by um, the tattoos and you know the articles of clothing that they were wearing that those they were head to toe tattoos. Um, yeah, that's what I've been told. Where the sun don't hit is more most sensitive, and I'm. It's not that I can withstand a lot of pain, but it's like why would anybody want to get tattoos in those areas? It just doesn't make sense. Um, I mean, I would be happy with my back, my chest, my arms, my legs, and that's it. You know, anything that I have to take off shorts on, nope, 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 nope. Um, and I mean, some people that are covered from either neck to foot with tattoos, some of them are quite ingeniously placed and colored and whatnot that makes that person even more beautiful than they already are. I can understand, like me, I don't consider myself handsome or anything like that, but that's an argument with my wife that I keep on having. The only areas of my, like I said, the only areas of my body, if I were to get a lot of tattoos, would be like my face, no, and anything around that general area. I think the closest area I would get would be right above my butt crack saying exit only. Just because I'm a smart ass. Um, either that or either exit only or pucker up. because I keep on joking around that I want my gravestone to look like my ass cheeks with the words "You can now kiss my royal ass." Um, Even though I'm not royal, but still. um, I don't know. I really wouldn't know. I mean, I've never had a tattoo, so I don't know how painful it is. I know I can withstand a lot of pain. I mean, I've gone through a lot. I've every time we would the time we went to go from Arkansas to Germany, that was really fun. Of course, I was young and didn't like the pinch or anything like that, and it took my father and two to three other people, orderlies, to hold me down to get my shots. Um, the first time I went to a dentist in Germany, it took my dad and three to four orderlies to hold me down just so the dentist could give me, the Novocaine. Um, and then my dad finally said, you know what, screw it, just put him under and give him the gas. And it still took a couple people to hold me down. I'm a bit of a fighter when it comes to certain things, but now that by the time I hit my 20s, it was like, oh yeah, you have to go in for your flu shot. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I thought there'd be a lot of blood. I guess not. Or the doctors when I have to go in and get blood are like, oh, you don't have to look and watch while you. And I'm like, no, this is kind of fascinating. You know, of course, the only time I would say anything would be like, dude, find the vein or quit playing around because it's starting to get annoying. But you got to do what you got to do so you can, they can put the medicine in you so you don't get sick or check your in my case glucose level, cholesterol level, O2 level, all the different things that they have to check nowadays. It's like, please check, make sure. Oh, something else. I'm sorry. Make sure I'm healthy. you know. Um, yeah. Now they put on a cream, a numbing cream so it's not as painful. But I'm probably the type of guy that probably go. "Yeah, if you feel it's necessary for your safety, put on the numbing cream. Go right ahead. Otherwise, I'm just gonna sit here and go, cool. Um, what do I have planned for before work tomorrow? Well, finish up and fold all the laundry and make lunch, dinner, however you want to call it, for me and mom. Making pork chops tomorrow for I will consider it my lunch. Mom might consider it her dinner. Usually, what happens around here for food is mom usually wakes up before me and she'll have like a bagel with butter or something light just to start the day with because she's the type of person if she eats too much of certain items, it causes the stomach to get irritated. When I wake up, I will either have something like I have Lisa left behind these Jimmy Dean egg cups. Basically, what it is in there in the actual cup, once you open it up, there's a little cup of pre whipped or pre beaten two eggs in a package with sausage, bacon, and ham and shredded cheese. And you follow the directions to make it, and it takes maybe about two and a quarter, 2.5 minutes to make total, from start to finish. And that's my breakfast on some days. I think there's only one cup left, and I'm gonna try to leave it for Lisa just to be nice. Even though she did say I can eat it because she didn't know when they would expire. In fact, I'll look at it, and if it looks like it's going to expire before Lisa comes back from Texas or before Tuesday, I'll probably eat it tomorrow on somebody's truck. But dinner will be pork chops. But yeah, I'm not gonna do too much tomorrow morning. I'm just gonna finish up stuff that I have to do in the bedroom, so it looks nice and Jerry can get in and out of there without tripping over bedspreads or comforters or anything like that. Um, when she gets back on Tuesday, but Monday I'll probably do some more stuff Monday morning just to finalize what I was doing. But then once the laundry has basically been taken care of, because it should most of it should go through tonight before I go to bed. Um, if I don't have anything to do tomorrow morning, I'm probably just gonna relax so I can recuperate some of my energies and whatnot, the extra energy I spent today. And I'll be honest with you, today the way I feel right now, if I had a wheelchair or something like that, I would be using it myself. But that's how wiped I feel. Yeah. The Jimmy Dean breakfasts are great. I used to love getting the croissant sandwiches from Jimmy Dean and pull the frozen cheese off because I'm not a big cheese person first thing in the morning, and just cook up the egg with the sausage on top of the egg and ham, and that would be my breakfast. Sometimes it'd be my midnight snack, wherever it was easiest. Do Jay and I usually do anything for Christmas Eve? Um, yes and no. It really depends on what's going on. What we normally do for like Christmas, or not Christmas Eve, sorry, New Year's Eve. Right time of year, wrong holiday. We just make up a bunch of like quick hors d'oeuvres or quick and easy type. We'll take meatballs and cook, cook them up and have like, you know, teriyaki sauce here, barbecue sauce here, ranch sauce or some other kind of sauce, and we just whatever sauce we like, we pour over our portion of meatballs, and then we would have queso dip for chips and things like that for the New Year's the hour between or the 2 hours between the 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. deal. Usually shortly after midnight, we're both basically like done, gone, tired, exhausted. Um, because I'm the type of person, if you wake me up in the middle of the night with a lot of noise, and I have to get up at a certain time or whatnot in the morning, I'm like, otherwise, hey, I don't have to go to work until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We can stay up until 2 o'clock and pass out, and then I'll be able to get up at my normal time and be fine and dandy. Um, Little Smokies and barbecue sauce. Yes, I love that. I love those Little Smokies. But we do we'll if we don't make them ourselves, we'll go out and buy the pre-made or pre-shaped like Swedish meatballs or Italian style meatballs, and fry them up, on in the bake them, not fry them. I guess you can fry stuff in the oven, but we'll cook them in the oven, and then we'll make, like I said, we'll make queso sauce and have um, scoops or anything like that, the Frito scoops, um, things of that nature. So we have our own little mini celebration of sorts. Well, I'll tell you, the Little Smokies, I've done barbecue sauce, I've done teriyaki, I've done sweet and sour, I've done queso dip, dip them in the queso. Um, I've eaten them straight up cold without even reheating them, without even throwing them in a microwave or a cooker. So each to their own type deal. And I used to buy packages of Little Smokies and have them in my refrigerator all year round. Well, until I ate them, but for any time of the year I wanted little Smokies, I'd just go out and get little Smokies, and I would put a bunch of them in a bowl with, whatever sauce I felt like having. I don't want, spaghetti sauce, barbecue sauce, ketchup, whatever I felt. And there's actually one time I took ketchup, mustard, relish. Basically, I made my own version of the Burger King sauce that they usually use, which is basically ketchup, mustard, mayo, and relish. And sometimes I'll add in like diced onion, like chopped up onion. Put that in a bowl, nuke it, heat up some of the little Smokies. And if I didn't just throw the whole bowl of Smokies into the mixture, I didn't heat up the mixture. I heated up the Smokies and just mix that and eat that. But you know, I'm strange that way. But anyhow, I've been on here for almost an hour and 20 minutes. I am starting to get tired. I need to finish up a few things around the house before I go to bed. Um, yeah, that's that's basically what we do on New Year's Eve. Is we just kind of make a smorgasbord of food and pick and choose as you want. Um, and Lisa's going to be with us. I think Lisa's going to be with us this year. So who knows what we're going to do? We might take one of our slow cookers or crock pots and make this big old casserole of ground sausage and queso and what's a little can of it's like diced tomatoes and peppers or something in it. I forgot the name of it now. It's a Hispanic thing, um, but yeah. Um, See, I'm the type of guy that's like you put it in front of me, and if it looks good, I'll try it. If I really like it, yeah, you might want to make sure you have extra somewhere in the background. But I need to go. I need to go to finish up a couple things before I go to bed. So I'm going to start to wind this down. Um, I've sorry. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no. All right, JD. How long have you been hiding in the background there, my friend? Um, but I have to go to sleep. I'm starting to like get that foggy time to go to bed type feeling. So I'm gonna bid you guys all a good night. It's been fun. It really has been a fun night with you guys. Um, yeah, Becky. Unfortunately, you made it towards the very end because I'm about ready to shut down. I'm tired. I wore myself out today with all the housework I did. Um, I yeah, I really need to go. So I bid you guys a good night. Have a great week. You'll see me, my videos here and there. So um, I will see you guys on the flip side. You guys have a good night. Enjoy. Bye.